Do you ever feel like your balance just isn't what it used to be, but you can't quite explain why? It doesn't always happen with a fall. Sometimes it starts with something small. You hold the wall while putting on your shoes. You take shorter steps on gravel or grass. You pause for a few seconds before stepping off a curb, just to be sure. And slowly, you notice something has changed. That quiet uncertainty becomes hesitation. That hesitation becomes fear. And that fear becomes a limitation. You stop taking long walks. You avoid uneven ground. You wait for help instead of getting up on your own. And just like that, your world becomes smaller. But here's what I want you to know. Losing balance is not an inevitable part of aging. It's not just what happens when you get older. In most cases, it is the result of 5 simple mistakes. Things we do every day without realizing the damage they are causing. The good news: once you understand what those mistakes are, you can fix them. You can restore your balance, rebuild your confidence, and move through the world with strength again. So, if you're over 60 or love someone who is, this video might just change the way you move for the rest of your life. Let's get into it. Mistake 1. Neglecting ankle and foot strength. Balance begins in the feet, not in your hips, not in your core, not even in your brain. When you lose your footing, it's your ankles and feet that respond first. They send lightning-fast messages up through your legs to your brain. Stabilize. Catch yourself. But what happens when those parts of the body stop responding? Let me tell you about Richard. Richard is 78 years old. He's sharp, independent, and has always been active. But last year, he started feeling off. He described it like this: "My feet feel like they're asleep, but they're not. No pain, no injury. Just this subtle sense that they weren't working the way they used to." When we checked his ankle flexibility and foot strength, it was clear. His base was weak, like many people his age. Richard had spent decades walking in soft, cushioned shoes on flat, indoor floors. No uneven terrain, no barefoot walking, no stretching his feet in different directions. And because of that, the small muscles around his ankles, the ones responsible for balance, had gone quiet. We began a simple routine: toe lifts, heel raises, towels, scrunches, walking barefoot on carpet. And slowly, Richard began to feel more awake. His balance improved. His confidence returned. He even started hiking again. Carefully, but without fear. You don't need a gym. You don't need expensive gear. All you need is awareness and a willingness to wake those muscles up again. Try this at home. Stand barefoot on a safe surface. Lift your heels and balance on your toes. Then rock back and lift your toes. Do this slowly, mindfully, every day. It may feel strange at first, but your ankles and feet will thank you, because they've been waiting for you to trust them again. Mistake 2. Avoiding balance training. Here is something you've probably never heard before. Balance is a skill. Just like learning to play the piano or speak a new language, it requires practice. But what do most people do as they age? They play it safe. They avoid the stairs. They stay away from unstable surfaces. They stop reaching, twisting, or stepping off the path. And in trying to stay safe, they slowly lose the ability to stay upright. Balance isn't passive. It's a dynamic coordination between your muscles, your joints, your eyes, your inner ear, and your brain. And if you don't challenge it, it fades. I worked with a woman named Grace. She was 74 and told me she had anti-fallen. But she often felt wobbly. When I asked what kind of balance training she did, she laughed. "I try not to do anything that might test it," she said. That's the problem. When we avoid the challenge, the system atrophies. When we stop reaching, stepping sideways, looking behind us, our reflexes dull. We become more careful, yes, but also more fragile. So, how do you train balance? You don't need to stand on a yoga ball. You don't need to climb ropes or do headstands. You need to do simple, repeatable movements, like standing on one foot for 10 seconds, walking in a straight line, rising from a chair without using your hands, practicing slow turns in place, These movements send signals to your brain. We are still capable. We are still adapting. We are still alive. Balance work isn't glamorous, but it's life, because when you can trust your body again, everything becomes possible. Mistake 3. Wearing the wrong shoes, especially indoors. This one might surprise you, because it seems like such a small detail, but the kind of shoes you wear, particularly at home, could be silently affecting your balance every single day. Think about it. What do most people over 60 wear indoors? Soft slippers, socks, bare feet, or sometimes nothing at all. And on hardwood floors, tile, or laminate, that lack of traction becomes a hidden hazard. Now, meet Jack. He's 82, a retired teacher, and a creature of habit. Every morning he made coffee in his wool socks. Every night he shuffled across the kitchen in loose slippers. And one night he slipped on a corner of the rug and hit the floor hard. Luckily, no broken bones, just bruises. But what Jack realized was more important. His habit had put him at risk. He told me, "I always thought the house was the safest place in the world. Now I know it can be just as risky as the sidewalk if you're not prepared." The solution: treat your indoor footwear like armor, not comfort alone. Here's what to look for. A non-slip rubber sole arch, and it'll support secure fit, lightweight, but structured. You can find supportive indoor shoes, or even grippy socks, made for older adults. There are also memory foam house shoes with firm tread. A great balance between softness and safety. And don't forget, worn-out shoes are dangerous shoes. If your sneakers have lost their grip or cushioning, they're not doing their job. It's easy to overlook this step, but the right shoes can literally change the way your brain calculates balance. They give your nervous system better feedback and help prevent missteps. Jack replaced his slippers with orthopedic indoor shoes, and within days, he felt more stable walking around his home. So don't underestimate this. Your feet are your connection to the earth, and what you place between your feet and the floor matters more than you think. Mistake 4. Relying too much on furniture or walls. This one might hit home for many of us. It starts small, a light touch on the hallway wall. Then one day you're holding onto the edge of the table. Before long, you're relying on countertops, chairs, and anything stable to help you walk through your own home. Let's be clear. Using support isn't wrong. In fact, there's a time and place for handrails, canes, walkers, and even furniture. But there's a fine line between using support to stay safe and using support in a way that gradually weakens your balance systems. Here's what happens when you rely on external supports too often. Your leg muscles stop activating as quickly. Your core stops bracing on its own. Your brain stops trusting your body to balance itself. It is a feedback loop. The more you hold on, the less your body has to work, and the less capable it becomes over time. I want to tell you about Sarah. She's 75, a widow, and lives alone in a cozy apartment. She told me, "I don't even notice it anymore, but I always touch the wall when I move around." We decided to test it. She tried walking across her living room without touching anything. 5 steps in, she hesitated. 10 steps in, she stopped. "I feel like I'm floating," she said. I didn't realize how little I was trusting my own balance. So we made a plan. Each day, she would take a few more steps. She started doing gentle leg strengthening exercises. And over time, she reconnected with the muscles that had gone dormant. 3 weeks later, Sarah walked across her entire living room. No hands, no pauses, just confidence. She smiled and said, "I didn't fall, and I didn't hold on." And that's a victory. Here's what you can do if you've ever been depending on walls or furniture. Practice walking short distances unaided, but safely. Keep a chair nearby, but use it less each day. Focus on your posture. Eyes forward, shoulders back. Build strength in your hips and thighs with mini squats and leg lifts. This isn't about forcing independence. It's about retraining your body to believe in itself again. Because when you walk with your own power, You walk taller in every sense of the word. Mistake 5. Ignoring your vision and inner ear. Most people think of balance as something physical. Muscles, joints, movement. But two of the most critical systems for balance have nothing to do with your legs. They are your eyes and your inner ears. Let me explain. Your vision gives your brain real-time information about your environment. Depth, contrast, distance, speed. If your vision is blurry or outdated, especially with poor lighting, your brain can react quickly to changes in terrain. Your inner ear houses the vestibular system, which helps your brain know which direction you're facing, whether you're upright, and how your head is moving in space. When either of these systems starts to decline, even a little, your balance suffers, and sadly, these are often overlooked. Let's talk about Tom. Tom is 80, a former pilot, and still very active, but one day, he started to feel disoriented while walking down the grocery store aisle. At first, he blamed it on just getting older, but after a checkup, his doctor discovered two things. He had mild but progressive vision loss in one eye. His vestibular system was on T, functioning well on the left side. Tom got fitted for new glasses. He started vestibular rehab exercises. Within weeks, his symptoms improved. He told me it wasn't just about balance. I got part of my life back. Here's what you should consider. Get regular eye exams. Even if you think your vision is good enough, upgrade your glasses if you notice any blurriness or trouble at night. If you ever feel dizzy, off balance, or like the room is spinning, talk to a doctor. Vestibular therapy is available, and it works. You wouldn't drive a car with foggy windows and a faulty GPS. Don't ask your brain to do the same with poor vision and an unbalanced inner ear. Clarity equals confidence, and when your senses are sharp, your body follows with grace and precision. So now that we've uncovered the 5 most common and quietest mistakes that damage your balance after 60, let's take a breath. Because maybe you're thinking, I've done all of these. I haven't worked on my ankles. I wear socks all day. I always grab the counter. My eyes haven't been checked in years. And if that's true, I want you to hear something important. That doesn't mean you've failed. That means you're ready to change the path you're on, because now you're aware, and awareness is where everything begins. It's not about being perfect. It's about becoming intentional. Balance isn't a luxury. It's your foundation. It's what gives you independence, mobility, dignity, the ability to live life on your own terms. So here's what I want you to take from this. Start small. Start where you are. Choose just one of these 5 mistakes and fix it this week. That's it. Maybe you wake up your feet by walking barefoot for 5 minutes on carpet. Maybe you stop relying on the wall and try 5 unsupported steps. Maybe you schedule an eye exam or swap your socks for proper shoes. Maybe you stand on one leg while brushing your teeth. These are small things, but small things repeated become strength. Let us recap the 5 mistakes that quietly steal your balance and what to do about them. 1. Weak ankles and feet gives dew towels, scrunches, toe lifts, heel raises. Go barefoot safely. Stretch calves daily. 2. Avoiding balance. Practice gives try. Standing on one leg, walking heel to toe. 3. Improper footwear indoors. Gives get non-slip indoor shoes with good support. Ditch-worn slippers or socks. 4. Relying on walls and furniture gives. Retrain your legs to move unsupported, bit by bit, building strength and trust. 5. Ignoring vision and vestibular health gives get your eyes and ears checked. Don't ignore dizziness, lightheadedness, or changes in vision. You may be in your 60s, 70s, 80s, or beyond, but your body is still listening. It still responds to movement, light, challenge, and care. And most importantly, it remembers how to stand tall. It remembers how to walk confidently. It remembers how to recover from a stumble. You just have to remind it. And here is something to carry with you after this video. Balance is not just about staying upright. It's about staying involved, staying in motion, staying part of life. When you move with steadiness, you say to the world, I am still here. I am still capable. I still have places to go. Your grandchildren notice. Your neighbors notice. You notice. And something inside you lifts. I met a man named Thomas, age 86. He told me something beautiful. He said, I used to fear falling, but now I fear shrinking. I don't want to shrink my world. I want to keep walking through it. And I believe that's what we all want. To stay upright, not just physically, but emotionally. To walk through life feeling safe, strong, and fully alive. So I want to invite you to take one simple step right now. Comment below with the number that resonated most with you. Was it mistake number 1 or all 5? We'd love to hear your story. If you found this helpful, please like the video. It helps more people find this message. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss future content made just for you. We're building a community here. A place where aging is not feared, but embraced. A place where wisdom grows deeper with every step. A place where you are not invisible, but valued. Because your story isn't over. It's still being written. And every step you take today is shaping what comes next. So keep stepping, keep standing tall, and remember, you were made to move and to keep moving with strength, dignity, and grace. Thank you for spending your time with us today. We'll see you in the next video.